as teachers and you as parents are going to learn from our students. They are going to teach us the latest technology, that is artificial intelligence. And the focus of earlier two special events was more on hard skills, the technology, hardware technology, software technology. This time we've taken a little different route. Along with technology, we are also focusing on their presentation skills, their teamwork, their soft skills. So having said that, I think I'm not going to delay any further. I'll just call the jury for today and I'll introduce them, and then I'll start the presentation. So just a few lines about them. Mr. Sandeep Agarwal, he graduated way back. He's my senior. He's 1986 Government College of Engineering pass out. He's worked in many organizations like Department of Atomic Energy, Garware Chemicals, IBM, and now Neilsoft, where he is an executive vice president. And Neilsoft is basically an engineering services company where they serve a lot of engineering clients globally. And his specific role involves managing the global IT and cybersecurity for Neilsoft. He's also very passionate about technology. He's spent almost 4 decades in the technology world, so he's probably the most experienced in this room right now in technology. But his special interests are in IoT and cybersecurity, and that is what he's trying to implement in his role of managing the global IT and cybersecurity. So thank you for coming and welcome to 10xTechClub.
Thank you.
Then I will introduce Vaishnavi. She is a bachelor in computer science and again currently working in Neilsoft, and she's for 4 decades of experience, and she's probably 1 year of experience. So we have a huge, breadth here. She is working on all the latest technologies like robotics, computer vision, AI, ML through the various projects. But yes, Vaishnavi, thank you for coming and welcome to 10xTechClub. Please take your seat. Now about today's specific event. So it is divided into 3 parts, and all the 3 teams will do their part, part 1, part 2, part 3 individually. And I think their presentations, their code, everything is ready. I would request you to be patient. It's going to be a little technical, but feel free to ask questions and let's make it interactive. And I think with that, I'll hand it over to the first team who is going to do the first part.
Hello, good morning. My name is Swarup and he is my team partner Siddharth. Today we are going to show how AI is used in defense. Enemies always hide in dark places where armies can't reach or find them easily. So they use technology over there, AI powered drone that can show the exact location of enemies and can tell army to how to reach over there.
So AI enabled vehicles and drones. There are 3 types which are mainly used in the army, or unmanned ground vehicles. Now, unmanned vehicles in general are like Tesla or Waymo, where they use navigating systems. Ground vehicles are one more step further, where they can navigate through different types of terrain. Like they can, if there's a rock over here, their tires they'll figure out if they have to change the direction or decrease the speed or change something about it. The aerial drones, which can be used to check the data or get a better view on what's going on. They have AI technologies which which recognize major threats and then highlight it. So the drone footage, once it goes to the soldiers, they can save more lives or do the opposite and help the nation. Okay, thank you.
So good morning everyone. My name is Ashad and this is my partner Ayan, and we are team 2, and today we'll be talking about a famous person, Elon Musk, and how he uses AI in his companies. So I want to start by talking about Tesla, which actually he didn't own at first, he just joined it, which made it more popular. So Tesla, how it uses AI, I'm talking about the 3 main points. Autopilot, driving tasks. So Tesla drives on its own. It can drive on its own. It has an AI it has like a mobile phone app, and when you feed information like you want to go here or there, and then you press OK, and then it starts making the route and works on its own. It's autopilot, just like in planes also we'll soon have. It automatically drives, and the user doesn't have to do anything. And here Elon Musk has improved the model so that now the AI can be now you can trust upon it, because earlier AI was not that capable, and sometimes major accidents also happen, but now you can fully rely on it. It also detects lane markings, vehicles and obstacles. So one of the features, it uses a camera to see if there's any obstacles in front of it, and if it is there, it changes along with changing the lane, and for outcoming vehicles it turns to the other side.
Talking about SpaceX. SpaceX in the starting was it was started in 2002 by Elon Musk, of course. In the starting, SpaceX was not a big company. It almost went bankrupt and almost stopped production of rockets. But then NASA decided to help SpaceX, because SpaceX was going to make rockets that were fuel efficient and better for space and more cost effective. They have often flights to space. SpaceX rockets, mainly the Falcon 9, it has technology using AI which is not available even in NASA's rockets. It has automatic landing, so as soon as the rocket goes to space, like there's extra parts, so the parts, some parts of the rocket will come back to Earth and automatically land according with AI. So it lands and you can reuse the same rocket, which makes it cost effective. Using AI, the rockets can plan the departure and arrival according to allow them to join to the satellites on proper timings and according to the orbit of the Earth. It also uses satellite imaging and analysis for Earth's observation and mission. So AI will observe the images taken by the satellites, and accordingly it will accordingly plan and where to they send the rocket and what time. This helps SpaceX and its rockets to be planned and efficient according to its landing and departure.
Okay, so I hope you enjoyed the part 1 of our session.
Today, I'm going to be talking about Google and its amazing innovations. Google was and is a hit because of its amazing search engine. It's very simple to use and people loved it. It gave everything. It gave them all the information they wanted and needed. As you know, before, Google search bar did not have audio search, nor did it have Google Lens. Now it does. What is computer vision? I'm sure you all have heard about computer vision or Google Lens. So computer vision is a type of AI that computer uses by detecting images and videos. Computer vision at Google is Google Lens. Basically, how Google Lens works is, whenever you point, you use your cameras, you use your phone's camera. Whatever you're pointing at, it detects the object and shows you similar objects like that and some information about it.
Thank you, Kashish. So I'll be starting by talking about what is machine learning. So machine learning teaches computers to learn and evolve over time without any explicit programming. So basically, you must have seen many recommendation systems on platforms like Netflix and Amazon. So that's what machine learning does. So basically, it enhances your digital experience by providing suggestions based on your preferences. So you must have seen how it works on Netflix and Amazon. It gives you suggestions based on what you've previously watched or purchased. Next, we're going to talk about machine learning at Google. So there will be two topics in this, Smart Compose and Spam Mail. So Smart Compose is basically used when you're drafting emails. So Gmail learns your writing style. So it learns if you want to keep it short, or it learns if you elaborate and speak, and then it learns over time, and then it gives you suggestions. So imagine you're writing dear, and you write to a certain person a lot, like let's say for example John, so it'll give you that answer, it'll suggest you that, and all you have to do is press tab. So I'm sure a lot of you must have had a lot of help using this when you're drafting emails. So that's how Smart Compose works. Next is spam mail. So Gmail uses machine learning to keep your inbox clean and tidy, and ensure that there are no suspicious messages or no spam mails by doing a few things which ensure that you're not that ensure that the messages you're not opening are spam mail. You're opening are not spam mail. So it checks the factors like user feedback, a sender reputation, and content, and then it checks if they should keep it in your inbox, or it should direct it to the spam folder, and it prioritizes the important messages that way. So that's all for machine learning. Now we're going to talk about NLP. So NLP stands for natural language processing, which is basically making a machine or a computer be able to understand and speak in a human language. So you must have seen this in virtual assistants like Alexa and Siri, and how they understand exactly what you say, and they provide the answers to your requests, or they help you. So so that's how NLP works in virtual assistants. And now how NLP works in Google Translate. So it's called GNMT, or Google Neural Machine Translator. So it doesn't just it doesn't just translate it word to word. It doesn't translate word to word. It takes the full meaning of the sentence or the full meaning of the paragraph that you want to translate, and it gives it like that. So it's not just like one word is like this and the other word is like this, and what if the grammar in that language is a little different, and how you place it is a little different. So it gives it the content accurately, and it translates that way. So that's how Google that's how it works in neural machine the Google uses NLP. So that's all for part 1. Thank you.
The first part was about showcasing the industry or the company and how it uses AI in some of the products. The second part is a live demo of an actual product that is using AI and trying to understand how that happens.
Do anyone know what is NLP? It helps to computer to understand response given by humans and perform them. Do you all have used virtual assistants like Google and Siri? They are software agents. They help us to make easier our works. Their examples are Google, and Alexa, and Siri. Virtual assistants help us in adding alarms and adding some list or products in our shopping list, and many more. How Alexa works? First, it recognizes the speech when the user use Alexa such word, it activates, and then it records our question, and then it search the question or what the activity we want to perform. It search in the data given to Alexa, and then it responds to us back.
So I would like to add something. So Alexa, natural language processing in general, uses ML. You must have heard what ML is from Ayan's team. So machine learning is basically where the computer collects data and learns from it. So natural language processing uses this in a way that it understands what type of vocabulary a normal human uses. Like some people say what's good instead of hi, so it could recognize that because it has adapted to it. So does anyone know how speech in general without AI is converted to text. So first, the microphone captures the sound, then it is converted to electrical signals. Now the computer is trained to learn from those electrical signals, so it can recognize a few common patterns, and thus it can recognize a few words. Then, once that is converted to text, it uses NLP, which has a few major steps. Number one is tokenization, where it splits every word. So like, I go to school. So I go to school. It splits it into 4 parts. Then there's stemming, where it removes the prefix or the suffix just to make it down to its root form. It's only used for quick instances. It's not that dictionary. It's not correct. Then lammatization, which is an alternative for stemming, gets the dictionary root form of the word. Like for is, it will give you be. We'll show the basic processes in our third part. Now, as I just said, it has natural language processing, basically adapting to the learning from the data and recognizing what it means to say. Then it accesses a vast knowledge. It has a vast data set. It can search up things on Google as well. A Google Assistant can search up things on Google. The key components of Alexa is a voice user interface, where it has like a software or a code which we interact with it without knowing to its interface. It uses natural language processing, like I mentioned, and it's text to speech. It can create speech. It can talk with us in a way that humans understand. It has the ability to convert text to synthesized speech. Even a few proper nouns like names, sometimes it can convert it into words. And then it's basically a chat. It has a few AI tools like chatbots. It can use the ability of chatbots to talk with you. Now Alexa's natural language understanding. It can figure out the intent of the user through the voice, and then it can change what it's going to do. It can extract the main parts of the text. It can make sure that the thing's more aware in the conversation, and it can create better responses, and it can understand a few different types of vocabulary. It can also engage in multi-turn dialogues. So when we were just playing around, so we told it to like sing a song or that. So it was singing a song, then we said something, and then it changed it instantly and made another song. That's also how it can work. It captures audio, just like I told you, from the electrical signals. Then it processes the audio with those signals, the electrical signals. Alexa's language model translates the audio into text. So Alexa is from Amazon, and their language model is. Then Alexa's NLP interprets the meaning behind the words with the machine learning algorithms. Now, these three are the main features of Alexa: intent identification, the intent of the user, getting the key parts of the thing, which is in response formulation, and getting relevant information. Now, we would like to demonstrate. Anyone has an idea of what we should ask Alexa? Anyone wants to try? We have a few example commands if you are interested. Anyone? Hey Alexa, what's the weather forecast for today?
Right now in Pune, it's 28 degrees Celsius with clouds. Today's forecast has thunderstorms with a high of 28 degrees and a low of 24 degrees.
Do you know Amitabh Bachchan?
Amitabh Bachchan is an Indian film actor, producer, television host, and former politician.
When you are asking a question to Alexa, why do you have to call its name? It's the wake up command. If we just casually just said anything, it would wake up and it would be a mess. Thank you. Thank you.
We are back for some more excitement and fun, and now we will be talking about the technical parts like ML and data science. ML is full form of machine learning, and data science is data science. So let's dive in. So what is machine learning? Machine learning is a branch of artificial intelligence. It's where the machine learns from the previous data that you have provided it. Now, machine learning can be of two types, supervised and unsupervised. Supervised learning is when you give it that this thing is a plane and this item is a ball, and then you tell it to classify or make the data clear so that you can understand, separate it. And in unsupervised learning, what happens is you don't give it any instructions. You tell it that just do what you feel is correct. So the machine sees the patterns and then finally sorts them into different groups. So machine learning is basically that. It's not that much of a vast topic, but it is very important in artificial intelligence, because the machine learns and then tries to improve itself. You don't have to feed it constantly that you have to do this, you have to do that. It automatically does update itself. And data science is a study of data to extract meaningful insights for business. So data scientists have the job of to analyze the data, and the field in which they study is data science. So what data science basically is, it's taking the data, you clean the data, fix it, whatever improper things are there, you remove it, you perform functions on it, like important things you want, you take it out, and then after that you finally display the data for the people to use. And then finally after that is done, you launch the data, like the new clean and better data, so that people can use the data for their further use. And even if some people want to reduce the data for their other work and companies. And both uses are recommendation system, fraud detection, identifying and security threats, and personalization. So these are the major uses of these. Now suppose I'm the owner of Zomato, and I see there are lots of sales of some people are buying from McDonald's, some people are buying from KFC, and I want to see which has the highest sale, or maybe if I want to see that which people like the most, the reviews, and I want to sort out which is the most bought product and all. So I can use the process of data science to finally to find out, and I can use machine learning to find the patterns, and then these two are interrelated. Data science is a big multidisciplinary field, and ML comes inside data science. So you can use this to find the sales, and then it will help the owner. They can increase their way to gain profit, like they can put the most popular restaurants at the front page of your Zomato, or they can put what you like, they can show you what other people like, and thus update their software and all. So now that I was talking about earlier, a big company that uses ML and data science, Netflix. You know how Netflix started earlier? It was because of two people, Reed and Mark, I think. Yes. So what happened was, Reed got charged for a late DVD fees. He hadn't paid for the rental, so he got very angry. Why does this happen to me? And I got charged for a late DVD. So it started. He got this idea where, what if I make a big company which sells DVD by mail? So you can have subscriptions or buy original content. So that's how he got the idea of Netflix. It started off a DVD by mail service, and now it's the biggest platform for streaming and movies and TV shows and more. So this is basically Netflix. Netflix is your portal of world entertainment, as I said, offering massive libraries for movies, TV shows, and even original productions. Netflix basically always wants original production, so that it keeps the users up. Like they don't want this, they don't want like copies or fake, or so that's why they always try to keep original productions on the line. And through subscriptions, I think most of you use Netflix. Some people watch late at night, like movies, and you can use this to stream content and demand and make this personalized to you. So, how does Netflix use ML and data science? We'll show this recent in future. Just right after this slide, we'll show you. But I will explain a little bit. So, Netflix. Maybe if you have seen that sometimes when you use Netflix, it comes like, suppose you watch action movies. So it comes, this movie is new released, you should watch this. Or suppose there's an ad of a new movie or something like. Give me an example of a series that you watch and like. Anyone? Okay, so maybe it will show related searches, like you can see this, people like this the most, this is the highest rated movie, etc. So, and ML, how it uses it is uses the ML part. So suppose previously this was the highest rated movie and people liked it a lot and watched it, but now it has grown the least. So ML changes itself on its own. Like now this is the highest movie that people like. So now I should recommend this more. I should send this. And data scientists will now data scientists will help in this Netflix part is they can see if suppose people like this movie the most, and they can display it to people. Like most of the people watch, like sir said, that this is series and also movies. So basically that's how Netflix uses, and it started small and now it is become like the huge it has become a huge company which shows so many TV shows. You can scroll through it for hours, and it's endless joy, I think. So we will now be talking about the recommendation that it uses. So there are 3 types of recommendations: the content recommendation, collaborative recommendation, and hybrid recommendation. The third one is the one which Netflix uses the most. So I'll talk about in detail. Content recommendation uses item features such as keywords or category. It's the same like you search for something and a similar movie or a trailer or maybe something like a sequel, it will show, and it sees the keywords that you have used, like a like a famous actor, you like his movies, so it will show you that movies, or the genre, then it will see that you like this genre movie, so it will show results for that genre movie. And category, or maybe the description, you like fictional, this movie is about Harry Potter, and it's about magic and stuff. So that's how content recommendation works. Collaborative recommendation. Tell me, how many times have you seen the same advertisement at different platforms? Like on Facebook you see the same advertisement, YouTube you see the same advertisement, Twitter also you see the same advertisement, Snapchat, there are lots. So what Netflix does is it collaborates with the other apps that you have on your mobile, and then it say, okay, so we want to advertise this, so maybe you should advertise this on this other suppose YouTube, so that may get the attention. They'll visit Netflix and see the movie. Maybe it can be a chance. And hybrid is just the both combination of content and collaborative. That's why I was saying that Netflix uses a hybrid one, because it combines multiple recommendation strategies and improves the accuracy so that you get better results in the future. So now we will demo Netflix and how its recommendation works. Now I'll pass it to Ayan.
So now I'll be talking about the different how Netflix uses the recommendation system. So you must be going home late at night after a long day of work, and you want to sit down and watch a long show of Netflix. So then there you can see, as soon as you open Netflix, the show you like, it starts showing you. It's a sci-fi movie or action movie. Accordingly, next time Netflix you open, it'll show you a sci-fi movie or action movie. Like if you watch Avengers, then you might get suggested to watch Avatar. So as you can see, there's many movies here. If I go to my list and I open Ex Machina, then if you scroll down, you show all the different recommended movies like Annihilator and I Am Mother, because these all movies have sci-fi. And you open another movie like the Emoji movie, which is a cartoon type movie. Then if you scroll, you can see the different movies which are related cartoonish animated movies, because Netflix thinks you like these movies according to the previous watch history of you. Then if you scroll and watch some other movie, if this is a Korean show, then according to your other shows, other watch history, it will suggest you the different movies which are related. Like if there's some action or some drama or some series, in the series it will suggest you some other series. And if there's a new hit of a new show on Netflix, it will suggest you that. So there's some movies, and these some of them are in Korean because you have been watching Korean movies, and it just suggests you the movies which are related to your previous watch history. Any questions?
Can you open up any of the items? Can you expand that? And go into the search. Keep going on. What are we looking at now? Can you tell me what is it?
This.
No, the first movie that we sent. The boy who is the Let's go down. Keep going on, keep going on. How is Castaway and this thing is related to that? You go, keep going down. Keep going down. The best in slowly and steadily you will see the Smith movie and that movie is not related.
No, because it shows you the other movies. Like it doesn't show only the same category.
Why?
Because you might be liking it, you must watch something related.
So it does take a bit. Maybe it makes errors. So
No, it isn't fast.
It doesn't show you the exact same category because you must be watching similar movies, so it shows you to watch.
We're back with our presentation, the NKI Innovation Squad, and our topic for part 2 is computer vision, and the product demo will be on Google Lens. So before we start with Google Lens, let's talk about computer vision. So what is computer vision? Computer vision enables computers to understand and interpret visual information like us humans, which is currently transforming industries like healthcare, autonomous systems like Tesla, and augmented reality by analyzing the text and videos. So it enables the computers to see and comprehend their environment, which helps them make their decisions, by making their decisions and recognizing patterns on their own without any human intervention. So that's the exact definition of computer vision. So that's what Google Lens uses. So it uses the camera to scan and check things. So the next would be the features of Google Lens. So we'll see those. So features of Google Lens. There are 4 main features here, which is text translation, product search, image recognition, and multifunction recognition. So text translation. It basically, what it does is, imagine you have like a piece of something written on a printed paper. In this case, we have something written in Russian, which we'll be able to show you later. So you can take a picture of that, or you can just hold it and scan it, and it'll give you an exact translation of that. Also, you can use other things as well. So example, we take one of those books and we scan it again. So it'll give us exact information of where that book, who wrote that book, and what that book contains, and etc. And it can also copy and paste information. So you want to paste something, you have a picture of something and you want to copy and paste it, but you're not able to. So you can always just you don't want to write it down. So you can take a picture of that information, and the text can be, you highlight the text and you can copy and you can paste it anywhere you want. So that's what text translation is.
Okay, so now I'm going to be talking about CNN. So first is CNN. So basically, as you can see, I have this diagram. This is basically an image. This is a ball, and you can imagine this is green, like grass. So basically, in the first part, it uses edge detection to extract the ball from the background. Now, from the second part, you go here and it detects the main features of the ball, so that it can be used for pooling. So in pooling, basically what it does is it reduces it simplifies the image so that it's like simpler for the machine to understand. Now it's flattening. So basically it converts data into vectors, which is one-dimensional arrays. Now FNN. We're going to be FNN is basically connected neural networks. We're going to be talking about that in the next part using another code that we have made. Now for the live demo. First, we're going to translate this Russian text into English. So you're going to go to translate. Detect language. We can convert. I want to convert it to English.
Can you change that orientation of mobile? That is great.
I'll detect it again.
There's a rotation.
Okay.
So basically, it detects the text and it detects the language. So basically, this is Russian, and I wanted to translate it to English. So now it's translated into English. This is the graph which it shows how to solve the equation. Now this is like places. It's detected that it's the Eiffel Tower. Now we can use the mouse. Exactly. These are the colors of the mouse. These are all similar patterns. Okay, that's all we have for part 2. Thank you.
Welcome back. So we had made a program that can check your spellings and translate a word from Spanish and German, and it can perform NLP tasks. So we use PyTTSX3 library to convert text to speech, NLTK library to perform NLP tasks, and Google Translate to translate words. NLP task tokenization. It breaks the sentence. Example, I like to play football. It breaks it into I like to play football. Stemming. It removes the prefix and suffix from a sentence. It doesn't give meaningful word, but
it is useful for like basic words.
Lemmatization. It uses dictionary to make words in their basic form, like ran, runs, running. It gives basic form run.
So we are using Google Translate. First it does the lemmatization, then it tries translating it to multiple languages. Now for our operating system, I use Windows, and this is Windows. So Windows is not good at saying languages with different bases. So we are not using the language like Russian or Marathi because it can't pronounce. TTSX3 is the same. We are just converting the electrical signals into audio, text, and then we're translating it. We use an autocorrect, which is also trained by many words, so it knows what are the common mistakes, uncommon mistakes. It just makes the thing sound normal. So our UI works like this. We first perform that. We have 3 options. We have we can perform NLP tasks, we can translate and speak, and we can spell check. This uses a control flow loop, which is basically if then else. So if user inputs 1, it will be NLP, and we enter that in the user URL. Then we run the tool. The user enters the text they want to process, enters what they want to do with it. The tool processes it. Then the results are displayed, like tokenization, stamped, dramatized. Okay, now we'll go to the code directly. We use ChatGPT to integrate it into a loop because the libraries were slightly complicated to the functions. Okay, so we have created 3 functions. A function is basically telling the computer a set of rules, and then we can call that out. The perform NLP task function tokenizes the text, stamps the text, and lammatizes it. Speak in French, translates it, and then the engine says it. Then there's the rate, which how fast it will go, and a few technical things. Rate speech rate equals to 1. We define it on the brackets. This is called an argument. So it's a variable we would like to use in the function. A variable is basically a word which represents a number. This is spell checker, so just correct the word is spelled correctly, if it's spelled correctly, or it's just the best suggestion for this is this. Then this is the basic control flow loop. Speak in French, speak in German, all the things we are going to showcase right now. And then it's just like if the action is 4, do this. It's not that complicated. Restart the kernel. Sometimes we have to restart the kernel if there's some error. This helps it and run better. Now, can anyone give a sample text for the tool? What? Text sample? Any sentence? Any sentence. You can. Siddharth is? Okay. Now, let's start. We start with 3.
Siddhartha Yes,
That was in German.
Try it in French.
Now we try.
Normal sentence. Whatever you want to type, normal sentence.
The one says in French. Yeah.
JAI Vinjan or GT on Poem Dimanche.
Okay, I know all of it.
Reverse translation.
But J means I, A is the word to have, munch is eat, Yuna is an article, orange, apples. Okay, I can Google translate it.
No, show other options.
There are other options, right?
Then check the.
Okay, so I enter okay. High is his. Okay, sometimes it goes wrong because some words are closer to one. So high is close to his, more than is close to her. I don't get that. Today is today because you don't have to remove one word. Is, and Sunday is Sunday. And in like that. So now it's correct. That's the spelling. Then I'll perform an NLP task. Enter. Lamatize. Okay, so this is the tokenized task. I am in 10xTechClub. Since I am in 10xTechClub. Now be, because the root form of am is to be. So I be in 10xTechClub. Now because it wasn't complicated, it was just the same thing in the stem and analysis part. Almost. Thank you. We are done. Any questions? If I want to ask.
I have one question.
What?
In the spell check, you mentioned that it can, mess up. What's the solution for that?
So we could add an AI one, which was first try to make sense out of the sentence, then it would correct. But this isn't using AI, it uses machine learning, which is a part of AI, but it is not using it.
And what is the reason that it gave you wrong?
Because that word is closer to a misspelled word than the words you were expecting. So high, H-I-I, is closer to his because we're not removing any letters. And it's less closer to high, according to the computer.
The two parts in which doesn't look at
Because in two parts, when it is only at one word at one time, I'm not getting a whole sentence.
Understood.
That's the way I also correct one sector.
That's why this is an entire sentence, probably we have 8 more cells that we will do that option.
That's why it's unreliable.
And the other platform where you use this spell check, very, very interesting.
Which one?
Any practical real world
Your application, the program, right now you have created.
Use WhatsApp.
Platform.
So, when you convert speech to text, sometimes the pronunciations might make the computer get process the text different. So autocorrect can be used for better speech to text. Application, WhatsApp, SMS, user preference. सारे text के relationship में अलग autocorrect आजकल. ठीक है. Any other questions? Thank you all.
Showcasing all of you the different projects which we have done over this entire course. Change. Okay. So for the first project, we did unsupervised clustering algorithm. In unsupervised learning, you give the computer data, but you don't tell it what to do. So then clustering comes in, where with the data you give it, it checks the similar things with all the data. Like here you can see there's different vegetables. So it will detect the things which are similar between the similar vegetable, and accordingly it will understand and will separate it. So this is what unsupervised learning is, and clustering is when it groups it into the similar category. So this is a project which we did in class. It is related to unsupervised learning. Unsupervised learning uses the k-mean clustering. It is where, as you can see in the photo, there's a group of unlabeled data you give the computer. So using k-means clustering, it will check the center point of each of the data, and accordingly it draws the boundary around each. Here the x is the center point. There are different steps for the program to work. The first, you need to import the libraries for the program to understand, and you need the libraries for it to work properly. Then you have to upload the data set. So here in the code we have told it what to do, means we're giving it the colors and all. So it is using the data set, it understood that these are similar threat level and environment hazard. So the blue and red are to see the difference, and the star is to show the center of each of them.
The red one is the one which is in offensive mode, and the blue one which is in defensive mode. So, and then the cluster center are represented as stars.
This is how the clustering works.
This one, Power BI, it's a Microsoft tool that helps you data scientists. Earlier we talked about data science and ML. So this Power BI tool helps data scientists analyze and visualize data from various sources. Like I said, data cleaning. I will talk about linear regression. So earlier Ayan, my friend, talked about unsupervised learning. This linear regression is a part of supervised learning and comes in ML. So what happens is this linear regression is used to predict the future. So in this you take there are two variables, the dependent one and the independent one, and it sees the data points. First you build like a model for linear regression. It sees the data points and the trend which is going on, and accordingly it predicts. So here it's forecasting. So previous data is like this, arranged in data points, and here the year will become independent and this will become dependent, and so then it says like, suppose this can happen in the future, or maybe the sales will go high or low, and basically that's the methodology of this. So it learns from the previous data and uses regression to predict. So now we'll show one example case. So this data set is about temperatures, how it has risen up in the past, like earlier the temperatures were not that much, and now it has become high. So you import the necessary libraries that helps us to perform this linear regression. And so now see, we use the pandas to read dataset. Pandas is one of the libraries that we have imported here, which helps us to see the dataset. So here it is seen, the year 2000, it's 16.4 degrees Celsius, and gradually it increases. And then after we have seen its total till around 2025. So then we create an instance. So we take the model, and then first we reshape the values of the year, and then the average temperature, we take the values, and then the model is linear regression. Earlier, this is how big the data is. Can you understand this? It's very difficult, right? So now see, I am like the owner of Zomato. How will he see all of this in like one day? How can he see or understand it? So that's where Power BI comes in use. So now let me go back to the first. Yes. So here Power BI we have used to show that here the cuisines and aggregate rating by restaurant. The ratings they have shown, the top cuisine, how many people order which cuisine, the restaurants. See how much this has made easier, other than showing like the huge data. And this Coffee Day, Domino's Pizza, Subway, Green Chick Chop, McDonald's, so many people order. And it shows the total cuisine, also the total city, total number of restaurants, and countries one. So it's taken one country, and Ayan will explain further.
So big companies like Zomato and Swiggy, they use this power. They also use Power BI because, as you can see, the Power BI gives a lot of tools which you can use. There's also more tools on the side here which you can show and make it more easier. So there's total. You can see all the data in a simpler form, as Asha said. In the big data, the big file, you cannot understand a single thing, but here you can understand at least something. So you can see the top cuisines according to all the data you give it. It does the accordingly. Like you can also make a pie chart or a graph like here. Then you have the most cuisines which people mainly get, like coffee, cafe coffee day.
Mainly used by data scientists. It's a great tool to help you.
Many companies use Power BI for this reason. It simplifies the data.
Kind of just one point say that it's a real time.
It can be real time.
Like whatever, like for example, yesterday was finals. T20 final. How many of North Indian ordered biryani? How many of South Indians ordered? Say
it can be real time.
It comes to real time. Component.
Yeah. It can.
For that, you have to change the data again. Like this is like the previous data. So now then you have to change it again. For that also you can use AI, and in that this it can go straight.
You can use API.
We're back with part 3, and in part 3 we'll be presenting all the projects that we did for computer vision. So these are our members. Ishan was really sick, so he could not come. So we tried to cover up as much as we could for him.
Thank you for that.
Thank you. So the objective is to understand computer vision using Python. So image processing. So there are 3 topics: image processing, yoga pose detection, and gender detection. But we will also be doing TensorFlow neural playground. Okay, so this is image pre-processing, and so this is what we'll be showcasing. So we'll be using images to do so, and we'll change them, we'll resize them, we'll cut them, so we'll crop them, grayscale, threshold, etc. So yeah, so we're going to use OpenCV, the library which helps us. So basically there are each image is of different resolution, there's more data behind it, so not every image is the same. So we use OpenCV to reduce the information so that the computer can change and everything, and so we can perform all the steps. So first we'll be doing resizing the image. So first we have to import the library, and then we import again the name of the picture. And here, so what we'll do is we'll get the dimensions of the original image, and to resize the image, we'll divide it by 2, and we'll just make the image smaller. So that's what happens here. And then here we'll just save the image. We'll put the name of the image and print resized image save. So it prints the original height, the original width, and then the new height and the new width, and then resized image save. So this is the original image, and this is the resized image. So as you can see, it just got divided by 2, both, all the dimensions. So next is image cropping. So it does the same thing, except instead of resizing and making the image smaller, it cuts down on the image. So if you see over here, there's like a sweater here and like this green background here. So if we show you down here, it's here as well. So this is here and you can't see it over here. So this is the code for image processing. So again, we're going to import the file, and we're going to do the same thing, the new height, the new width, and the dimensions. And now we're going to cut it down. We're going to make it literally cut the thing down by 4. And and then we have to do the same thing again. We did like cropped image and then cropped image save. So I showed you before, that was how it became. So next we're going to see image, threshold image, grayscale image, blurred image, and edges defined image. So here, so real life examples, grayscale. So grayscale conversion, thresholding, edge detection, and Gaussian blurring. So this is the original image. This is the grayscale image. So basically what happens in grayscale is it removes all RGB and it only leaves black and white, and to define it, all the shades over here are all shades between black and white. So that. Then thresholded image, it doesn't leave any shades like in the grayscale image, except it turns everything black and white. So this happens like. And then edges detected image. So it basically, the computer or like the library finds all the edges in the picture, and then it detects them, and it highlights the edges. So like the hair, the ears, the shirt, the sweater here, as you can see. And blurred image. So here we use Gaussian blur, which basically it's not much. It just reduces all the information behind, which makes it like less quality and less resolution. So it just blurs the whole thing, and it removes all the extra information and makes it little. So this is like the thing again. So import. Then this is for grayscale image. This is the code for grayscale image. You change the RGB and gray image, and then you save it. The same thing for threshold. You change the RGB again, and you save it. So here we're using canny gray image, and then you do this, and you save it. Same thing. And lastly, again you use Gaussian blur, CV2 Gaussian blur, and all of these are a part of OpenCV with the library, which helps make everything a lot easier. So that's all. So that's all for the image pre-processing. So now we're going to do TensorFlow Playground. Okay, so this is TensorFlow Playground. So basically this is supposed to represent your biological neural network, so like the one you have in your body. So imagine if I pinch Kashish and she's going to pull her hand back. So it's her neural network telling her, so it's giving signals to the brain that it hurts, and she's going to do something to make it stop. So that's basically what neural network is. And me pinching her is the input, and her taking her hand back because it hurts, it's the output. So that's what it shows here. They've tried to replicate the neural network of the brain. So there are, so we're going to start from their data. So there are like 4 data sets, but we're just going to use this one. Ratio of training to test data. So this is basically how much is trained and then how much will be tested. So imagine a teacher gives us 8, there are 10 math sums, and she shows us how to do 8. And then she leaves 2 for us to test. So that's exactly what it is. So basically it's the ratio. So that's what it does. So you can change it to 80. So then you have 80% of the sums tested, and then 20% that we have to test. So that's what ratio of training to test data is. Okay, noise. Noise is the amount of dirty data that, like, when it's mixed up. So increase the noise like full. So look at this. This is all mixed up, and then now it's like called dirty data because it's all mixed up. So if you turn the noise down, there's no dirty data. So that's what it is. Okay. Lastly is batch size. Batch size is basically how much you're training at one time. So here it's 10. So you're training 10 at one time. So that's what it is. And next, so then 15, and then on and on. So until you get 50. So now this is the output. X1 and X2 are the outputs. We're just going to choose those two. And these are two little hidden layers. You can increase and decrease it. So, and you can increase and decrease the number of neurons as well. So 2 neurons, and you can turn it into 3. That's what it is. And this is supposed to, so X1 and X2 is the input, and this is the output. And these are the hidden layers, which is the neurons, which are the neurons like sending signals and stuff. So we're gonna play it. So this is what happens when you play it. Yeah. When that happens, you're gonna have to play the thing all over again. So it changes every time because you are changing the number of neurons. Yes. So it moves. It can change, and if you play it, so look. Output in terms of the data, the neurons. Yeah, the classification.
So basically, standard test is to test data set. The 80% is standard of it.
Yeah, 80-20. That's all.
Yeah.
This basically mimicking our brain. Our brain has neurons. So we try to implement that particular design into a machine. So each neuron is like our brain neuron. And the more neurons that you have and the more hidden layers that you have, the better the output that you get to what you expect. But with the issue that it takes more time. And the way it learns is the breakthrough in AI. Now imagine a machine able to learn what it is being fed on its own and next time being able to take the decisions. अब तक क्या हो रहा था? Software that I write would exactly do as per the logic written. Now imagine there is a black box, okay, and in that there are these neurons with all of these layers, and I'm giving it data and leaving it. This whole neural network is of such a design that it becomes self-learning. It will do one pass, it will check the output, it will again take another data, do another pass, it will feed it back, it will tell him थोड़ा सा इसका वेट चेंज करो भाई, कलर ब्लू है, इसको बोलेगा नहीं ये शेप थोड़ा सा स्क्वेरिश है. It will keep on learning. Each neuron has certain weights and it will focus on certain features of the data, and that is how it is now like a human brain, so this is the core of all of AI. The neural networks has changed the game, and because it is learning and processing so much data, it needs a lot of compute resources. जो हम बात करते हैं ना कि AI is creating climate change because it is burning so much energy. The machines behind this is because of this fellow, the neural network. He is responsible. इसको चलाने के लिए you need tremendous compute power, CPU, memory, or sometimes it can take hours and hours and days to learn the new system. So yeah. For example, OpenAI is basically a similar concept with complete internet as the data. उसने पूरी इंटरनेट की लैंग्वेज सीख ली है ना. इमेजिन ये कितना बड़ा होगा. And now because we also store data, but can I store the data as much as internet has? I cannot. This fellow can. That's why it is like a billion brains working together. और उस billion brain को आप कोई भी सवाल पूछ लो, hypothetical या factual, good chance that he'll be correct 90% of the time. So ChatGPT, yeah. And by the way, this is not a new technology. Neural network has been known for 30-40 years. The breakthrough has come because it has become now implementable. हम उसको fast कर पाए. And kits like this are also involved.
So now Kashish will be talking about the rest of the two projects. So our next project is yoga detection. So basically, whatever pose you are doing, it detects. But it can be only the pose that we have fed it.
Just next time.
No, I want to go to Google. No, Google. So basically, we have uploaded 5 types of yoga poses: goddess, downward dog, and all. Now I'll train the model. So we upload pictures for it to. I'll upload pictures for it to train,
so that it can understand what type of poses we will be able to do.
So you had taught the machine with photographs and poses.
Yes.
And now what they will try to do after that?
So basically, after you train the model, you can upload a picture or use a webcam. So if you are using a webcam and you do a pose that has already been fed into the system, like tree pose, it can detect what pose you're doing. And if it's a bit confused, it can show 20% tree, 30% plank. It can be separated into divisions. But it is more accurate with uploading images because it's clearer. Okay, so basically how it detects the pose is it uses a stickman figure. So basically, have you heard of stickman figures? Okay, it's basically like a human. It's basically like a human, but it's with sticks.
So what is circle?
Yes.
A circle, one line for the body, two lines for the legs.
It's a man with sticks instead of arms and legs and body.
Is this related to the edge detection thing that you mentioned?
It can be.
Because you can understand the edges.
Yeah. So basically, so when you're uploading a picture, your arms and legs are going to be in a certain position because it's a yoga pose. So it can detect what type of arm position you're doing, and after it detects it, it can show what pose you're doing. Yeah. Okay, since the yoga pose is not working right now, I'm going to move on to gender detection. So basically, this is called a bounding box. It basically it differentiates the male and female features of a face, so it can detect the gender. So the features can be lip thickness, eyebrow position, the shape of the face as well. This is the code used for the gender detection. Yeah, webcam. We need a webcam.
You just read it.
Yes.
So you don't do something.
No, don't. Now this is obviously not that accurate because it depends on how your hair is as well. If your hair is like back, it can show male as well.
Makeup changes?
Can, I don't think so. I don't know.
I think we've done it actually for detecting things.
What?
We've done it for detecting some things.
Yes. It sometimes fluctuates between male and female as well.
That's accurate, right? You agree, right? Do you agree?
Okay, 3 finally. 3 might also fluctuate.
It doesn't detect age, the age of the
No, this is only the gender detection. Yes. Look up.
And you have
Whoever wants to try can move forward.
Come, just come here and listen to what he says. Yeah,
Move, look up. So these are the gender detection works. So these are all the amount of pictures we have fed it. Now the model is training so it can understand what type of images there are. So we have named all of them so that it can know what pose you're doing. You can see the stickman figure here. After the model is trained, we're going to upload an image. You can also use a webcam to train the model. We have done such a thing for rock, paper, scissors. So basically, you use your hands. So for scissors, you just do this. It takes a picture like this, picture. For every type of angle, it takes a picture.
What are other applications of such a feature?
Rock, paper, scissors.
One of them is physiotherapy.
Yes.
What else?
We've done it for rock, paper, scissors. You can do it for anything.
Maybe sports.
Yes. So for basketball, you can do this pose. Football, this pose. Cricket.
Thank you everyone for your patience. Sorry it ran a lot over time than we expected because many of you came late and students took a lot more time in explaining their creations. So anyway, I will just request both of our esteemed jury to speak a few words about their experience about today, and then we will start the session.
I have a question.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yes,
What's
yes.
the plural of jury?
Jury itself. Okay, so we had a lovely time over here. You guys are amazing, to be honest. I'm seeing your bright futures. Very well done. The way you guys explained each and every product, and the way you guys have the depth of understanding of each and everything is really commendable. And we all are very proud of it. Well done. Thank you.
Yeah. So let me go to my childhood. This kind of institute or the technical you can say organization is my dream. Used to be my dream since childhood, and I have been doing similar things, but without any support. So maybe that time the facilities were not there, and in my town the support was not there. But when you develop such institutes, I know the biggest thing what children learn is nobody will point out your mistakes. Don't do that, it will hurt you. Such kind of things will not come here because you have an opportunity to experiment on anything, because this is not limited to only you can say electronics or this thing. There are a lot of things I have heard from you that you are planning to do, and it's there. So such kind of institutes will definitely help students and who are really bright, and they can grow faster than what they are used to be. And the second thing, the kids which have participated have done extremely good compared to their age and compared to the exposure what they have gone. Of course, institute has contributed a lot, and I can see lot of efforts have been taken from their parents, and I congratulate the proud parents about their kids doing so well. Thank you.
Well, I did got to learn new things. Especially the neural network, that was an eye-opening thing, which not hypothetically, yes. So yeah, and I connected it to the actual neurons of our brains and how we actually connect it with as we train it. And that was somewhat interesting. We are basically making human brains. Yes, and
What should I say? I think event was all well executed because of you all. Each one of you played your own role perfectly. Though we started a little late, but that was obviously expected because Indian standard time, right? And I think the kids did very well. The all three parts, all the presentations, all the demos went very well. And today I felt that actually they have understood AI, and they covered for each other very well. I think the teamwork was good, which I initially feared, And I think from the mocks that we did to what finally came out, it was just amazing. I'm proud of all of them, and all of you, as especially Pooja and Payal, they put in a lot of effort to make sure the presentations, the demo, the industry showcase, all goes very well. And yeah, I mean, I'm happy, and I think congratulations to all the team.
Thank you so much.
Today's event was really, really cool. I got to learn how to buy tea from Kanuki Chai. So I was supported by my ex-colleague Siddesh, who helped me with an umbrella while we were walking on the road. He acted as though it was a rifle. So this is what we did today. And we did not get 90 rupees of delivery charge. So I'm waiting for that.
And so you got to things which you are.
Yeah.
I would like to Siddesh also to join with you.
Yeah, please do come.
We have another.
Thank you, sir.
Yes.
Hello.
Yeah, yes.